obviously off-season workouts, but I think over this time we've come together as a team mostly, which has been super cool to watch. People start playing for each other. It's a little different excitement. But yeah, we're all juiced up for the competition between camp. Looking forward to that first, but I think we're all ready.
What's it like? What's it like coming together? Like, how do you know that that's working?
I would say it's just kind of like becoming friends. At first, a lot of people transferring in. It's a totally different dynamic of the team, where people are kind of just trying to feel their way in. But I feel like we've got to the points where all of the transfers are really integrated, and now a lot of people are friends off the field. So now we're able to have those tough conversations, holding people accountable, things like that. So when competition gets, it's not really personal. We're just trying to do what we got to do.
We know Coach Riley is a very celebrated offensive coach.
Yeah.
Like, what stands out to you most about his approach on that side of the ball? What makes you most excited about playing in that system?
Everything just makes sense. It goes together. There's a reason why we do everything in offense, so it's fun to really dissect and watch film and trying to pick his mind. But he's really a mastermind. He doesn't really do the same thing every year. If you watch his film, he really is able to find his best players and what they do best, and able to maximize that on the field. So all you have to do is prove to him what you're capable of doing, and you get to showcase that.
What is that for you?
Still trying to work on a lot of aspects and be a more complete player, but I would say personally, maybe down the field, being able to trust the field, being able to make tough catches, things of that sort, but trying to be able to do everything.
What stands out about this wide receiver room, the personalities, the talent level, all that?
It's been great to watch. Everybody is pretty dynamic, and everyone has different play styles, which is pretty cool. To see different speeds, different sizes, different ways they're going to set people up. So, everyone's going to be able to do something. They get their opportunity.
What are ways that you have been showcasing leadership, and what is a young room, you being an older guy in there?
Like I said earlier, just kind of trying to actually be, in order for you to lead someone or to hold them accountable and things of that sort, you have to learn them and learn each way that they accept leadership, if that makes sense. So just kind of getting closer with the players and being able to tell them what we need to work on or how we need to get better, and over time it's been working.
Do you feel like an old guy or a new guy coming in for the first year?
I wouldn't say I feel new because a lot of these guys, me being around, being pretty local, I've known a lot of these guys over time, but I do feel old. I do feel older, but that's okay.
Were you did you want to go to USC coming out of high school?
Yes, I would say so. I was a fan for sure growing up. Always watched the games with my dad, but yeah.
How heavily did they recruit you out of high school?
They recruited me pretty heavily until I committed
Sure.
to Washington my junior year. Then it was pretty much off the table. But yeah, before that, I think during that time they were having some coaching changes and whatnot too, so it was kind of all over the place.
What about it makes it right to come home now? Because they're also doing a coaching change now.
Yeah. I was just looking at the whole resume, and I would love to. Coming home was really just a plus, but I just love Lincoln Riley's offense and what he's been able to do, his resume, what he's been able to do with receivers in the offenses, and everything came together. It just feels like a family coming back home, and the guys I already knew. It wasn't a big adjustment for me.
Well, obviously your number one priority when you're evaluating a transfer destination.
Yes.
But how big of a percentage is NIL opportunities now? That's a big thing people are talking about in college.
Honestly, I wasn't really thinking. I only have one more year left, and obviously my goal is to make it to the next level. NIL money it can be cool, but I think being productive and being able to get to the next step is probably the best step for making money. So I was thinking more of the football route of how where I could go to be successful, rather than actual NIL money, if that makes sense.
You got to play with really good DBs in practice every day up at UW. How helpful has that been for your development?
Good. Not only was I able to go against them, but being able to talk to them and ask what I need to get better, things like that. It's been good. Went against Trent McDuffie, Byron Murphy, Jordan Miller, Keith Taylor, just a bunch of guys that ended up going to the NFL. So I still keep in contact with them. And maybe end up watching film with them sometimes, ask for tips here and there. So it's always good to have that.
What was the reaction to the Jordan Addison news that coming over here?
Oh, it's cool. I was actually watching him. He's actually a really good player. Having somebody like that in the room too, having so much success, you're able to like pick his brain too and learn stuff from him. So it'll be cool to see his practice habits and what I can learn from him.
How's the competitive level of this wide receiver room come up a little bit more?
Oh,
with all
yeah.
these playmakers on the team?
Yeah, it's been super competitive, but whoever practices the best and does the best wins. So it'll be a good competition.
What stood out about Jordan during the summer workouts?
He's super quick, super fast. I'm excited to see him. I haven't seen him in pads yet, but he looks like a super dynamic player. Stretch the field, good after the catch. So.
Like that's the one thing everybody says, offense or defense. Just like everybody's fast.
Yeah.
It seems like he's got a different.
Yeah, he's really up there. Again, like I said, I'm excited to see him in pads. Yeah, what I've seen so far is pretty dynamic.
In general, what stood out about the team in summer PRPs?
On offense, I would say us getting timing down, because I mean, when we started in spring, a lot of transfer coming in, doing stuff like that. A lot of dudes were getting adjusted to just learning the plays, getting comfortable like with the plays. But now it's more like we already know the plays, so it's about the timing, how we're going to set up, and why we're doing certain things, and how you want us to run it, or how you want us to get open versus this. So we're just doing different nuances in order for us to really perfect the offense.
So you felt the timing was a lot better in summer, and the intent behind what you're running a route for, or something like that.
Exactly. So just instead of before, like it's different when you get something on paper and then you have to go out there and do it. But now when you know why you're doing it, it's a little different.
What goes into that in the summer in terms of how much time you spend, how many reps you do, how you kind of carry on just finding that with the quarterbacks?
I would go as partly film study. Being able to correct and see it on film from before, actually just talking and seeing what he wants or what I feel, certain things like that. But just more reps, you get to learn what to do and what not to do.
Is there anything special from the offense that you think helps you guys win more games? Or do you think it's like the preparation you put into it day in, day out?
What do you mean by special?
So is there anything like in the playbook, anything that you think stands out?
You saying what's different here versus when I was at Washington? Yeah, I would say Washington, we were mostly a run-first offense, but here I would say more. I personally would think it would be more fast, but it's actually a more balanced offense. So we're able to do a lot more things, I would say. Yeah.
We didn't get to see freshman CJ Williams a lot in spring. He was banged up a little bit. Is there anything you've seen this summer from him just on the field?
Yeah, he's going to be a big-time player. Whether it's this year or whatever it is, he gets the opportunity, I know he's going to seize it. He's super strong individual, and he's quick and fast and very smart. So with more reps and things like that, because he wasn't able to get in spring, he's still ahead because he got here early and was able to get the plays and whatnot. But yeah, I'm excited to see him in pads too, because I know he's a pretty dynamic player as well.
Do you feel like your study film room habits have changed since you've gone to USC, or just got more intense, or just more?
It's a little different. I would say before I was kind of more studying like techniques because I already knew the offense from where I was at. But now coming into a new offense, it's kind of a little bit of both, learning techniques, more techniques, and also learning the nuances of the offense again because I'm in a new offense and learning different spots and whatnot. So I would say it's a little bit more intense, but still doable.
You talked about wanting to come to USC out of high school, how does that expectation versus reality, like actually being here for a little bit more time?
You said what's the expectation or
The expectation, what you thought it might be like, and now that you've been here for a little while, how does it been?
talking to other players, it's been different over the years. There's been a lot of, since I came to high school, a lot of changes, whatnot. But it's exciting. Kind of still get chills when I hear the fight song and whatnot. But we haven't played any games yet. But I feel like it'll be a crazy moment coming out the tunnel and being able to play in the college. I've been watching people play in the college since I was a little kid, so it's pretty exciting.
Does this offseason feel like the longest offseason?
I wouldn't say longest, but it was pretty precise. A lot of work put in, but I would say it was a lot of fun this offseason.
What was something you felt you did really, really well in spring, and then what was something you felt like I need to do this a lot better come fall or come summer?
I feel like I picked the plays up pretty fast, but kind of like a double-edged sword. I feel like I still need to be able to get the nuances of the stuff, what I'm able to do in the routes with like the flexibility I have, because before I would say I was more like robotic with how I was doing it, but now I feel like I can set people up more, knowing where I'm at in the progression, how much time I have to set people up, or if I'm the first guy, if I gotta be quicker, things like that.
Do you have a set role within the offense, or is it kind of wide receivers are pretty interchangeable?
Yeah, I would say they're pretty interchangeable. Over time, things will kind of figure itself out toward the end of camp, but it's pretty interchangeable right now.
Is there a spot you like playing more? Or?
I would say no, just wherever I can help the team, really.
Thanks, sir.